Hello friends, welcome on Beginners Point channel. Current affairs starts from 6th June to 8th June. First is IB Ministry to host events promoting common yoga protocol. Information and Broadcasting Ministry will organize a variety of program activities to create awareness about the common yoga protocol along with awareness about the benefits of practicing yoga. Information and Broadcasting Secretary Sanjay Jaju and Secretary Ayush Ved Rajesh Kotak reviewed preparations for outreach activities of International Day of Yoga 2024 in New Delhi on Friday. South African parties await details of ANC unity government proposal. South African opposition parties said on Friday they were waiting for more details on a proposal by the African National Congress to form a government of national unity after it lost its majority for the first time in the democratic era. The former anti-apartheid liberation movement, once led by Nelson Mandela, has run South Africa since 1994, but voters, angered by years of economic stagnation, high unemployment, and corruption, punished it at the ballot box on May 29. Pakistani PM Sharif meets China Xi in Beijing ahead of IMF talks. China President Xi Jinping met Pakistani Prime Minister Shehnawaz Sharif in Beijing on Friday, 7 June, Chinese state media reported, days before Pakistan presented its annual budget and applies for a new International Monetary Fund (IMF) loan. Pakistan's location on the Arabian Sea gives its strategic importance for China, providing an overland route out towards the Gulf of Aden and onto the Suez Canal, and enabling Chinese ships to avoid the potential checkpoint of the Malacca Strait. 4 Indian medical students drowned in Russia River. 4 students from Maharashtra who were studying at a university in Russia drowned in the Volkhov River, while the fifth student narrowly escaped and has been rescued, the External Affairs Ministry said on Friday. We offer our condolence to the families. The search for the remaining 2 missing students continues, the ministry said in the statement. China strongly opposes US arms sales to Taiwan, urges withdrawal. China is strongly opposed to US arms sales to Taiwan and urged Washington to withdraw them immediately, the defense ministry said on Friday. The ministry said it had logged a complaint to the United States over the matter. China's military will continue to strengthen its military training and exercises and resolutely defend national sovereignty and territorial integrity, it added in a statement. World food prices rise for third straight month in May, UN says. The United Nations World Food Price Index rose for third consecutive months in May as higher cereals and dairy products prices outweighed drops in prices for sugar and vegetable oils. The UN Food and Agriculture Organization's Price Index, which tracks the most globally traded food commodities, averaged 120.4 points in May, up 0.9% from its revised April level, the FAO said on Friday. PM Modi thanks leaders of Indonesia, Switzerland for congratulating him on Lok Sabha election win. Israel forces batter central South Gaza with renewed truce bid at impasse. With no sign of progress in mediators' arduous effort to broker a ceasefire in Gaza war, Israeli tanks and warplanes blasted central and southern areas of the enclave overnight, killing at least 23 Palestinian local Mekids is said. Qatari and Egyptian mediators backed by the United States have tried to halt hostilities, secure the release of Israeli hostages and Palestinians jailed in Israel, and get aid following into shattered Gaza to ease a humanitarian crisis. But sources close to the talks said there were no still sign of a breakthrough. Amid war, Putin looks east from Russia's window to Europe. Cut off from the West, Russia is pitching its $2 trillion economy to gains like China and Saudi Arabia, and longer-term prospects like Zimbabwe and Afghanistan has its premier investment firm in St. Petersburg, which was founded by the Tsars, has a window to Europe. The war in Ukraine has led to the biggest upheaval in Russia's relations with the West since the 1962 Cuban Missile Crisis, and Western sanctions have forced a once in a century revolution in Russia's economic relations. Migrants crossing Panama's Dan Gap in increasing numbers. Just over 170,000 migrants crossed the perilous Darien Gap that connects Panama to Colombia over the first 5 months of this year, Panama's migration agency said on Thursday, suggesting 2024 could again break records. This is 2% higher than the nearly 167,000 who made the crossing in the same period of last year. Data from the National Migration Service (SNM) showed as more people embark on the dangerous crossing, many seeking better opportunity in the United States. India third largest gold buyer in May after Switzerland and China, WGC said. The global gold market experienced a turnaround in May, ending a 12-month slump for gold exchange trade funded ETFs with a resurgence in flows. This positive momentum was driven by strong demand in Europe and Asia despite minor outflows in North America. By the end of May, global gold ETF holdings had risen to 3,088 tons, with total assets under management AUM reaching $234 billion and a 2% increase for the month. Physically backed gold ETFs enjoyed a net inflow of $529 million, marking their first positive movement since May of last year. IMD issues yellow alert for rain and thunderstorm in central and southern regions. The India Meteorology Department (IMD) has issued yellow alert warning for rain, thunderstorms, and lightning in many parts of the country, including the central and southern regions, over the next 4 days. According to the IMD, the southwest monsoon has further advanced into more areas, including the Central Arabian Sea, Karnataka, Maharashtra, Telangana, coastal Andhra Pradesh, and the most of the Bay of Bengal. RBI keeps repo rate unchanged at 6.5%, ups fiscal year 25 GDP forecast to 7.2%. The Reserve Bank of India (RBI) kept the repo rate unchanged at 6.5% of the 8 consecutive time of Friday, aiming to bring inflation down to its medium-term target of 4%. The Monetary Policy Committee (MPC), in a majority decision with 4 out of 6 members agreeing, opted to hold the repo rate steady. Consequently, the Standing Deposit Facility (SDF) rate remains at 6.25%, while the Marginal Standing Facility (MSF) rate and the bank rate remain at 6.75%. Boeing Starliner's first astronaut crew welcomed aboard space station. Boeing's new Starliner capsule and an inaugural 2-member NASA crew safely docked with the International Space Station on Thursday, meeting a key test in improving the vessel's flight worthiness and sharpening Boeing's competition with Elon Musk's SpaceX. The rendezvous was achieved despite an earlier loss of several guidance-controlled jet thrusters, some of them due to a helium propulsion leak, which NASA and Boeing said should not compromise the mission. Russia and China wrangled with US over UN resolution on Gaza ceasefire plan. Russia and China, which hold veto powers in the UN Security Council, raised concern on Thursday with a US draft resolution that would back our proposal, outlined by President Joe Biden, for a ceasefire between Israel and Palestinian militants Hamas. The Council's only Arab members, Algeria, also signaled it was not ready to back the text, diplomats said. A resolution needs at least 9 votes in favor and no vetoes by the US and France, Britain, China, or Russia to pass. In defamation case, Rahul Gandhi to appear before Bangalore Special Court today. Congress leader Rahul Gandhi will appear before a special court in Karnataka's Bangalore on Friday in connection with the defamation case filed by Karnataka's BJP unit. Rahul Gandhi was seen at the Delhi airport early Friday morning leaving for Bangalore to appear in the case. The BJP in the complaint had alleged that legal that advertisement in local newspapers and fails campaigning by Congress ahead of 2023 state assembly elections damage BJP image. Zelensky invites PM Modi to visit Ukraine. Both discuss global peace summit. Ukraine President Volodymyr Zelensky has extended a warm invitation to Prime Minister Narendra Modi to visit Ukraine at a convenient timing. The invitation came during a phone conversation between the two leaders, during which Zelensky congratulated PM Modi on his recent election victory and wished for the swift formation of the government. Kuwait hold India for a goalless draw in Sunil Chhetri's farewell match. Kuwait held India to goalless draw in Sunil Chhetri's farewell match with the Blue Tigers in the World Cup qualification game at the iconic Vivekananda Yuba Bharti Kirranjan Stadium in Kolkata on Thursday. The Blue Tigers dominated the first half by creating numerous chances but failed to find the back of the net of secure a victory in skipper Sunil Chhetri's final match. Meanwhile, in the second half, the Kuwait side matched a comeback, but Indian goalkeeper Gurpreet Singh Sandhu stood firm to stop them. Fire breaks out in coaches of Patna Jharkhand passenger train in Bihar. A passenger train traveling from Patna to Jharkhand caused fire in Lakhisarai, Bihar. The blaze spread throughout multiple coaches, landing to a rapid response from emergency teams. Bolivian scientists to track glacial changes at high speed with new equipment. Scientists in Bolivia are hoping to track glacial changes at lightning speed. New scientific equipment being installed at the country's Huayna Potosí mountain peak will provide real-time measurement of glaciers mass compared to much slower older methods. Moody's bullish on India's power sector growth amid investor concern under Modi 3.0. Global rating agency Moody's has expressed strong confidence in growth trajectory of India's power sector despite the weak mandate for Prime Minister Narendra Modi's BJP, which could hinder sectoral reforms. Moody's highlighted that investment in renewable energy and electricity transmission will continue to drive the sector over the next 6 to 7 years. The agency expects power demand in India to grow 5 to 6% annually during this period. It also noted that coal-based generation capacity additions will likely support baseload requirements. Spain to intervene in South Africa's Gaza genocide case at World Court. Spain will request to intervene in South Africa's genocide case against Israel's actions in Gaza at the International Court of Justice. Its Foreign Minister Joe Manuel Alberaz said on Thursday. Spain follows Ireland, which also announced it would intervene in the case. World leaders, veterans, commemorate D-Day's 80th anniversary in Normandy. Veterans and world leaders gathered in Normandy on Thursday to mark 80th anniversary of the June 6, 1994 D-Day landings where more than 150,000 Allied soldiers arrived in France by sea and air to drive out the forces of Nazi Germany. With war raging in Ukraine on Europe's borders, this year's commemoration of this major turning point in World War II will carry special resonance. India toy industry makes a strong push into a UAE market. The Toy Association of India TAI has brought a delegation of the UAE consisting of members from across India including manufacturers, importers, exporters, retailers and toy testing lab designers. This diverse group of professionals aims to promote the Indian toy industry at both the manufacturing and export levels. Scorching heat drives India's gas-fired power used to multi-year highs in mind. Sweltering heat and policy measures are fueling a surge in the use of gas-fired power in India, with imports of liquefied natural gas (LNG) forecast to rise sharply over the next 2 years. Industry officials and experts says the country's gas-fired power generation doubled in April and May to 8.9 billion kilowatt hours (kWh) compared with the same period last year. Data from Grid India showed eating into the share of coal-fueled electricity for the first time since COVID-19 pandemic. Russian central bank urges global integration despite sanctions. Despite Western sanctions, Russia must be integrated in the global economy with countries that are prepared to work with it. Central Bank Governor Elvira Nabiullina said at Russia's flagship annual economic forum in St. Petersburg on Thursday. The event was to top Western bankers and company executives, but the main foreign participants now are from countries still friendly to Russia. The president of Bolivia and Zimbabwe are due to appear alongside Russian President Vladimir Putin at Friday's plenary session. Fitch maintains India's rating at BBB stable as coalition government takes shape at center. Fitch Ratings has maintained its assessment of India's long-term foreign currency issued default rating IDR at BBB with a stable outlook. Despite the coalition government following the recent election results, the affirmation of India's rating highlights Fitch's confidence in the nation's economic resilience and potential for growth even in the face of political fragmentation. Nvidia overtakes Apple as number 2 most valuable company. Nvidia's rallied to record high on Wednesday with the artificial intelligence chipmakers valuation breaching the $3 trillion mark and overtaking Apple to become the world's second most valuable company. Nvidia is preparing to split its stock 10-for-1 effective on June 7, a move that could increase its appeal to individual investors. World Environment Day observed in Nepal today. World Environmental Day was observed in Nepal today under the slogan Our Land is Our Future in a program organized by the Department of Environment. Environment Minister Sudhi said that due to the problems caused by climate change, there are throughout the end drinking water crisis, so people need to unite in the environmental protection campaigning for the future generations. The Embassy of India in Nepal, in collaboration with the Metropolitan Municipality of Lalitpur, organized a tree plantation ceremony on 5th June 2024 to celebrate World Environment Day. Bangladesh Foreign Minister congratulates BJP-led NDA for winning Indian polls. Bangladesh Foreign Minister Hassan Mahmood today congratulated the winning NDA led by Bharatiya Janata Party BJP and the people of India for exercising their democratic rights in the just held Lok Sabha election in India. He also congratulated the Congress-led alliance Indian National Development Inclusive Alliance India for their election. Highly pathogenic H7 bird flu found on fourth poultry farm in Australia. A highly pathogenic strain of avian influenza has been found on fourth poultry farm near Melbourne, near two other properties where the virus had already been detected. The government of Australia's Victoria State on Wednesday. Avian influenza virus has been confirmed at a fourth Victorian poultry farm, the government said in the statement. As Japan's birth rate drops, runner frees her eggs to sustain motherhood dream. As Japan's birth rate drops, runner frees her eggs to sustain motherhood dream. Japanese champion runner Tomomi Bito completed a 170-kilometer, 106 miles race in Himalayas last November and immediately made a beeline for a Tokyo clinic to begin freezing her eggs, hoping to keep alive her dream of becoming a mother. DOT launched initiative to help MSMEs startups embrace new technologies. The Department of Telecommunication (DOT) has launched a comprehensive survey to identify and address the challenges faced by micro, small and medium enterprises in adapting the new technologies. The survey aims to lay the groundwork for a robust ecosystem that leverage the potential of artificial intelligence (AI), the Internet of Things (IoT), cloud computing, the integration of 5G and 6G networks. PM Modi launched "एक पेड़ मां के नाम" campaign on World Environment Day. Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Wednesday launched the "एक पेड़ मां के नाम" campaign to commemorate the World Environment Day. PM Modi planted a people tree sapling at Buddha Jayanti Park in Delhi. He was accompanied by Union Environment Minister Bhupendra Yadav and Delhi's Lieutenant Governor Vinay Kumar Saxena. Odisha CM Naveen Patnaik resigns after electoral defeat. BJP to form new government. Following a massive defeat in the State Assembly and parliamentary elections, Odisha Chief Minister and BJP Chief Naveen Patnaik 2024 year tenure came to an end as he submitted his resignation to Governor Raghubar Das at the Raj Bhavan in Bhubaneswar on Wednesday. The Biju Janata Dal, which has governed Odisha since 1997, lost to the BJP, breaking Naveen Patnaik's long-standing reign as Chief Minister. Novak Djokovic withdraws from French Open due to knee injury. World number 1 Novak Djokovic disappointing season continued on Tuesday when the defending French Open champion was forced to pull out of the Grand Slam before his quarterfinal with a knee injury that could threaten his Wimbledon on Olympic changes. The injury sustained in the fourth round in win over Francisco Grudolo ended the Serbs' quest to win a record extending 25th Grand Slam trophy and will result in him losing his top ranking to Italian Jannik Sinner later this month. Current affairs over. Thank you.